Here we have a great guest. It's Filippo Giovagnoli, Dundalk's manager. Hello, Filippo.
How are you guys? Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on, Rory.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. It's a pleasure to have you here. We're excited to get talking all things football and Dundalk. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you, guys.
At the beginning, our podcast name was the Anglo-Italian Connection. Right now, it's the Anglo-Italian Pod, but we couldn't think of a more fitting guest than Filippo, an Italian man who was born in my same region and now is coaching the team of the city where Rory's mom was from, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So Dundalk FC, I always keep an eye out for the results. And as I'm sure we'll get onto, when they drew Arsenal this year, our listeners will be aware I'm an Arsenal fan. And when they drew Arsenal this year, I was punching the air thinking, yes, finally, this is going to be great to see Dundalk at the Emirates. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So, Filippo, how are you doing? Are you in Ireland right now?
Yes, I'm in Ireland. And I'm waiting to go back to the pitch. Next Monday, we're going to start, February 1st.
All right. What's the weather like?
It's amazing, the weather.
Amazing?
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
But that's fine. But for football, it's amazing.
All right, perfect. So, Filippo, we kind of want to go back to your roots, to your beginnings. So you were born in Umbria, but then when you were a kid, you moved to Marche, correct?
No, I was just born in Umbria, in Città di Castello.
Mm-hmm.
But my town is Apecchio, is in the Marche. It's just
Nice.
this. I spent my first 7 days in Umbria. Then the rest was
Only a week in Umbria before moving to the neighbors, Marche. So for our foreign listeners who don't really know this mysterious region in central Italy, besides Mr. Filippo Giovagnoli, we also have another great coach from this region, Roberto Mancini, and quite a few good upcoming players like Stefano Sensi, Riccardo Orsolini, quite a bunch of talent, right?
Yes, no, for sure. Stefano was born in Urbania, in a town that is really close to my town. Yeah, he's a really big talent. He was really talented from since he was like a kid, a child, like really good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A bit unlucky with injuries, but hopefully we will see him this summer at the Euro 2021 Championship.
Yeah, we hope, because he's a player with a lot of quality, and in the way that our national team play now, that they play really good football, to be honest, with Mr. Mancini.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a key
Mm-hmm.
for the style of play.
And Riccardo Orsolini, another very important player who's doing very well at Bologna. I see you are smiling. Do you know him personally?
No. Just because he's a Juventus player that is on loan. I am a Juventus fan, so.
Well, there's one of the questions answered.
No, yeah. He's really talented wing attacking player, and he's developing year by year. Is improving every year, so I really like him.
Yeah. So Marche in the Italian national team this summer could be something big. But so let's go really to your beginnings. So how did you get into football? What was your childhood club? I'm assuming Juventus. And who was your footballing hero when you were a kid?
So, well, football is my life. Mm-hmm. If I have this shirt, it's because of football. Like I always play football since I was born, I think. And then I became professional. I play professional, I play semi-professional, but I did everything with football. And then, of course, I got my degree in motor science while I was playing. So it's the only thing I did in my life besides study. And then I start to coach. At the beginning, when I stopped my career, I wasn't thinking to be a coach because, with my degree, I was thinking to be maybe a fitness coach, a fitness trainer. I start to work in gyms and stuff. But then they offered me the job, and my life changed completely, and it became an obsession. Yeah.
So now I wanted to quickly ask, because the job that you were in before the Dundalk job was you were in charge of all of the training camps for kids in Italy and America. Is that right?
Not really. I started to coach even in Italy, semi-professional team and even professional academy. And then I was working as a director and and scouting a little bit with the AC Milan in the summer, right? So then AC Milan start to send me even overseas, and they send me in New York, in America. I did few camps in Oklahoma, in America, blah, blah, blah. I met one guy in New York, and he offered me, to stay there and build a soccer school, which I did. And then, I was under contract in Italy with a professional team, but then didn't go well in the summer. So I decided to try to move in New York, and then start my new journey. I start my education there. I became a director in an academy of the Federation, the American Federation, and I spent there 8 years.
Nice. So how did you learn English? Did you learn it on the spot, or did you study it beforehand? Was it difficult to transition from Italian to English, to improvise maybe at times?
It was unbelievably difficult because I didn't know a word when I went there. But I am this kind of guy, and I like challenge. I like to learn a lot. I am a learner. I learn every day. So I learn my English on the pitch with the kids.
Nice.
This is how I did, and little by little every day.
Nice.
I learn English. Yeah, I never study English. Actually, I studied French when I was in the school.
All right. Nice. Interesting. So I've got a question for you, since you just mentioned your experience in the United States. We've got quite a few American listeners. And I wanted to ask you, in your opinion, how bright is the future of the USMNT? And is the narrative finally changing around this sport in the United States?
No, the future, like you said, is bright. Trust me. United States, they start to invest in soccer, in football, in soccer, a few years ago, especially on the youth. And I was there, and I saw it, how the federation were preparing the coaches. Many coaches from Europe start to come with experience. The education is really good. And the investing money, you have to understand that in the United States, the talent that you can find there, you're not going to find anywhere else, because you can find any kind of players from South America, from Italy, from Norway, from Ireland, from everywhere, from Africa. There is a lot of good players. And I'm not surprised that now many young players, they play in the best team in Europe. Yeah. And in the 2026, I think, the World Cup, trust me, United States, they're gonna kick some ass. Trust me.
Rory's worried.
Think it's quite a scary idea. There's a part of me that doesn't like the idea of America winning a World Cup. I don't know
why. Win, I don't know, but they're going to be really strong.
Yeah. We've seen it now, especially in the Bundesliga. They're all coming through, like McKenna and now Hopper at Schalke as well. There's loads of them coming through very quickly. And you can see, like, especially in their colleges, the amount of money they put into the NFL, like into American football, into basketball. They can bankroll it and give facilities that most other countries obviously can't afford. So that's going to give them a step up, right?
Exactly. And then they are good on, American, they're good in business, and they know how to plan. So I learned a lot there, how to make plan, and this, you can transfer this in football. The business plan is like a tactical periodization, trust me.
Yeah. So while the United States are a country that are very good at planning, they are known for being very good planners, I tend to think that Italy is not the greatest country in the world for planning. And so just like I asked you about the USMNT, how do you feel about the future of the Italian national team? Do you think that something more could be done to discover, train, and support our home talent? For example, a lot of Italian players don't really have experience abroad. Could that be useful maybe?
Oh my God, that would be great. This is a problem in Italy. For example, now that we are in the market and we are looking for players from all over the world, when you talk with players that they play in Italy, that's the problem. They think that the football is only there, which is not. And if they go overseas, abroad, they can learn a lot. They can learn language. They can play with players from all over the world. It's the experience that you get playing overseas. It's amazing. That will be good even for the professional teams in Italy. I have some contact now with professional teams, and I'm trying to push to send players to play even overseas, even with us, young players, challenge them in a tough league, playing in Europe, learning language, play with people from all over the world. I mean, listen, it will be great. Italy right now is in a good shape with the national team. To be honest, they play good style. I think Mancini is doing a really good job. He's using a lot of young players, and they're doing a really good job. Now, Italy needs to start to invest more and more on the young academy, on the youth academy in their system. This is the key in football, but all over the world, and Italy should do that too.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to quickly say, on the note about Italian players moving abroad, it's something that we're now seeing more in England, because I think historically English players never moved abroad, and now we're seeing them start to look for opportunities in the Bundesliga or elsewhere, and I think it would only, of course, help the Italian national team. But I want to start talking about Dundalk, basically. So, when you first arrived in Ireland, and like Dundalk is quite a small place, right? It's not a big city, right? It's not even a city. What were your first impressions of Dundalk and the culture of the place when you first arrived there?
Listen, I fell in love with the place. Good. I don't know. I don't know why. I was so excited to be here, even if people were skeptical. But I was feeling that, even if the fans, they were not there, but I was feeling the passion. And I am a really passionate guy. Mm-hmm. And I said, listen, we have to do well here because this is the place, I was waiting fans come back to to celebrate with them, to do well for them. And yes, I trust me, I like the city. I like the town. I like the people. I walk around. I am a really simple guy. I walk around even on the town, and people, they cheer us. They are so nice with us, with me and Giuseppe. I mean, for us is great. It's great.
Perfect. Well, great. That's great to hear, genuinely. And I think it's a good time to come into the club because they, over the past couple of years, they've been very successful, right? And for a long time, they weren't so successful. So how does it feel coming into a club that that success has been such a kind of habit over the last couple of years?
Well, it's a challenge, right? Because when you go in a club where they basically won everything internally in Ireland, it's like I said, okay, I will need to learn to win.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
I know how to work. I know how to work in football. I have no problem. I can go to work everywhere, but learn to win is not easy. So, but I am a guy that I'm prepared. I'm prepared for everything, and I am a learner. So, the players, they accept us, and they saw in us ideas. They saw in us that we were organized, and then this kind of chemistry built in a few days something good, and we start to do well, and we did pretty well, and we achieved all the objective that the club was asking us. Of course, we had to sacrifice the league a little bit because the run in Europe was complicated, so the preparation was complicated. We were playing every 3 days, but we knew it. But at the end, we achieved all the objective, and then the cup was.
Well, I think that's always a great way to end the season, right? And in your first year in management, that must be amazing to lift a cup at the end of it, right?
Yeah. But the players, they were really determined. They want to win. When you see their face, their preparation, I was sure that we were able to do the kind of performance, and it was great. It was great. We celebrate with the fans in the town, with the bus. It was a really nice night, and I hope we're going to have many.
Nice. How does it feel as a manager to win a trophy? I mean, you have to coordinate a group of players, a lot of different personalities. So how does it feel to be the guy that sort of brought it all together, we could say, that was able to assemble this unit?
When I arrived, the group was missing confidence, right? So my work was convince them that they were the same players, that they were lifting trophy just few months before. I said, you're not going to forget how to go to the bicycle, right? I mean, is the same thing. So it was just this, recreate the